crazy, you're going mad, what are you doing? You're following some ghost, some spirit, you don't even know whether it is real or not. You're going to lose everything. But at that point of time when somebody was commenting like this, I went to Bhagwan and I prayed. How will I save myself from these kind of attacks? Verbal attacks, mental attacks, a lot of other people saying, gossiping behind me. What do I do? He said, if you want to be in my path, you have to be no fear, no shame, he told me. No fear, no shame. So I asked, how can I be? He said, when you're absolutely selfless, you will have no fear and no shame. Because you know what you're doing is right. Let people say what they want to say. Let people think what they want to think. Let people do what they want to do. Even if they want to come in your way, don't worry. So from there I picked up these three words of selfless, fearless and shameless. And I have been that way for the last 12, 13 years. Quite selfless, fearless and also very shameless. So we have come this way. So how will you attain this intuition? Become like this, start here. If you do this, one day you will also be operating from the highest I, where you have no fear, no selfishness, no shame. This is the best way to lead our life, because life becomes so light, effortless, free of all burden. Because there is no doership, no enjoyership, you are very happy. You are not affected by the consequences or the action or the process. You are just free. Let's say when the breeze blows, right? When it passes through a nice garden, it picks some nice fragrance of roses and flowers. It carries that fragrance as far as it lies. Now I suppose it passes through a garbage dump. It does pick up some foul smell as well. It carries it as far as it needs to. After that it becomes free of both and then flows free as a pure breeze. Likewise in our lives all kinds of things come. We carry those emotions for some time, which is a part of the process, but we are not affected. We carry on and move on. Today morning it was very sunny. The sky was bright and hot. Afternoon suddenly it rained so heavily. The sky became, so to say, it was raining. So everything became humid and wet. But did the space become dry or wet? The space as an element. In that space, sun happened, heat happened. In that same space, rain happened, wetness happened. But the space today is back to zero. It is never affected by any of these things. So that highest I is like that. When you operate from that highest I, you are unaffected. You may emote as per the need. Now, unaffected means somebody is dying in front of you and you are unaffected. That's not the way it is. You are emoting, you are naturally compassionate, you are empathetic, because what is the selfless thing to do when somebody is in trouble? To feel that pain of theirs and be with them, to say a few kind words, give them a shoulder to cry. Is that not the right thing to do? That is selfless. Many people think spirituality is some kind of a cold attitude towards everything. No, we are not interested in anybody's anything. We are spiritual people. We are unaffected by anything. Now you are affected only to the extent that you are being kind to them. Now you don't carry that burden of emotions back home. Not able to eat, sleep, thinking about what happened to that person, what might happen. No, not like that. For that moment you do the right thing. So living in the present becomes very easy. You don't carry that burden. For that moment what needs to be done, you will do. Ashtavakra Gita says very beautifully. It says, Pravruttau va nivruttau va naiva dhirasya durgraha yada yat kartum ayati tat krutva tishtati sukham. What does he do? He has no problem in engaging in action in the world or withdrawing from the action. Our problem is what? We don't want to engage in the name of spirituality. And once we get engaged, there is no withdrawal at all. We get stuck there. No, so this is the problem with us. If we get inside, we are not able to get out. If we get out, we don't want to get in. This problem is our buddhi problem. But a dhira, the one with the right kind of buddhi shakti, is capable of engaging when you need to engage and capable of withdrawing at once when you need to withdraw. That quickness, that ability, that agility, that is there for this dhira. And that's how yada yad kartum ayati tat krutva tishtati sukham. Whatever comes in the way of that person, whatever he needs to do, she needs to do, they just do that as a part of the process and come out of it, that's it. They just go through the process and then come out. They are not affected by the process. Then go and carry the emotional burden of everything. So these are other things, that benefits of being spiritual, I am telling you. Abhi Rishi na? He was speaking about mental anxiety, fear, depression. None of these affects these people. Why? Because you are operating from a very higher self. And then, whatever you go through in life, you somehow remain distanced and detached from it. Here, if you wear a raincoat, even if it rains, it doesn't make you wet, right? So spirituality is like that raincoat that protects us from all the things that happen around us. So that is important, and that comes to those who practice. Everything comes with practice. Nobody just became whatever they became by. We didn't even know how to eat, speak, walk, talk. Everything came by practice. Then how spirituality will not come by practice? That also will come by practice. Some people come to me. One day somebody wrote to me in the ashram, Swamiji, I'm so inspired by all your teachings. Now I have started getting up at 4 o'clock, 3:40 or something, Brahma Muhurtam, started meditating as per your instructions, and 1 hour meditation in the morning, 1 hour meditation in the evening. Still I have not realized God. I said, how long you have been doing? Yesterday I started. Yesterday? So yesterday and today, 4 meditation sessions. And the person wants to realize God in 4 sessions. In 4 sessions you don't even learn how to write A, B, C, D. You want to realize God. My expectations, I am saying. Over expecting. That's not right. It is a process. A river that starts at the mountain top, it has a process. It flows. Whatever be the terrain, ups and downs and dry lands, wetlands, mountains, hills, rocks. It navigates its way, joins more and more people or more rivers, and finally reaches the ocean. That is the process. River can't, a drop which falls from the sky cannot say, I just fell yesterday and I should have been in ocean today. No, there is a months-long journey ahead of you. You will join many more drops on the way. You will become a stream, then you will become a river, then a big river, finally you will reach ocean. So it's a process. This is the process. I to V to He is the best process, from I, small I to the big I, through the middle, which is collective. So it's very easy. If you keep doing that, in couple of births you will reach there. Don't worry. Don't rush that tomorrow morning I should wake up enlightened. That's not going to happen. And many people, another pitfall I'll tell you on this journey. One is high expectations, little spiritual effort, now we should get results immediately. And they may not happen. Second thing, don't compare your journey with another person's journey. That is another big problem. No? Some people are there. They like exhibiting their spiritual abilities. So they'll tell, you know what, I did meditation yesterday. You know what I experienced? What did you experience? First I saw red color. Then I saw green color. Then I saw yellow color. Then one music started playing. Then I heard some more music. And after that, whatever happened. For all you know, he might have slept off and must be dreaming. And then the other person who is really sincere and innocent, he starts worrying, I didn't see any colors, I didn't hear any sounds. So they come to me like that. Why I am saying is because they compare with each other. So we are all in different journeys, you see. Your body may be new, but your soul is old. And you have spent many lifetimes ahead of you before you have done. So all that collective efforts of the lifetime is what is yielding results today. Some people are born musicians, let us say. The other fellow is struggling and practicing but not getting it right. Then you will say, you are also 80 or 10 years old, I am also 10 years old. How is it that you are playing harmonium, I am not able to play harmonium? How is it that you are picking up things like that, I am not able to pick up things? You can't compare like that. Because there are many births of lifetimes of efforts behind it. How many blessings, how many punya, papa you have done, all that collective is there today, all that collection of everything, accumulation. Which is why you are able to do what you are able to do today. So don't compare. That is the other thing. Don't fall into this pit of comparing and then getting into depression. Not at all right. Third thing, which you should not do in the spiritual path is, you should not give up the efforts anytime. Even if you, as I say, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But do not stop. The moment you stop, it's like slipping back several notches below. And then you have to again pull yourself up. So do not stop. Even if you have many difficulties coming in your way, somehow your mind is not cooperating, the environment is not conducive, some issues are happening, yet do not give up your practice of sadhana. Okay, you couldn't do for 1 hour, fine, but do for 10 minutes. If you cannot do 10 minutes, do 1 minute. But don't say that on 24 hours of the day, there was no way I could do anything today. That's not fair. You are being, dishonest. No, unless you are in ICU or in a state of coma, I don't expect that. But if you are breathing, eating, talking, you had your breakfast, lunch and dinner, then you better do your sadhana today. Don't give it up. And also the corollary to it, don't make it so convenient. God is anyway every time available, anywhere available, so I can do any time sadhana. No. There should be a discipline to your sadhana. Even if little sadhana, you do it with discipline. You can't be cheating God by telling, many people use this convenient philosophy. How does it matter? God will bless me anytime. God is very compassionate, very merciful. Anyway, even if I make a mistake like a father or mother, He'll forgive me. We take advantage of God's kindness and goodness. Don't do that. He will bless, definitely. If sincerity is there, He will bless. But insincerity is never tolerated in spirituality. Don't be insincere in your sadhana. As I said, sincerely you try to do whatever you are doing regularly, but today for whatever reason, there was something more urgent or whatever happened, fine, today you skipped or to reduced, whatever you did. But tomorrow at least you should get back. Tomorrow you should not give the same excuse. That is a very wrong thing. That's what I say. See, instincts with small I is so strong. One day you feel hungry, or 1 hour you feel hungry. You think you will keep quiet. No problem. Yesterday also I had eaten, day before also I had eaten, 1 week before also I had eaten. In fact, I have been eating all days. Why not, I won't eat today. No, you will go search, turn the world upside down till you get food. That hunger for food should be also there for God. Then you will do whatever it is in your might. So giving up in halfway through is not right. That is what Upanishad says, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapya, Varani Bodhata. Rise awake and stop not till you reach your goal. Halfway through you sit down, then there is nothing. No need to become that hare, but be a tortoise at least. Be consistent. So consistency in your sadhana is the third very, very important part. You can't do one day and next day you skip and third day you do and fourth day you skip and then finally you tell God, God anyway you are compassionate, your mother, father, why don't you, forgive me for all my shortcomings and anyway bless me. That way. Not only that, some people write to me. They do things which I tell them to do like this and they'll do something else because their small eye is very strong. It listens to me but finally they do their own thing. So I also understand, I leave it at that. Then get into trouble and then become irritated and frustrated. Then they come to me again and they say, what kind of God you are? When I am going through so much trouble, what were you doing? Sleeping, you did not protect me. They start blaming me. Then I tell, what did I tell you to do? And what have you ended up doing? I have told you to board this train. You said that train is too early in the morning, I'll board the next train. Then you end up in the wrong destination and call me up and say that, how come I boarded the train yet I landed elsewhere? Did you board the right train at the right time? No. Why? That was too early, too difficult. I wanted to board a later train. So then you are in wrong place. So don't do this. Sadhana, consistency and sincerity in your sadhana. Shraddha. Very important. These three things you follow. One, have patience. Do not expect results tomorrow morning. Have patience. Go through your process. It's a process. For some it's a longer road, some is a shortcut. Whichever way God has blessed you to progress, accept and progress. Second, don't compare and contrast your sadhana with another person's sadhana and results. Everybody is growing differently. Everybody is God's child. Everybody is being looked after by God. But mother knows which child to feed how much. Small babies also fight, give me as much as the older son is eating. But if you eat that much, you will have a stomach trouble. Mother gives you only so much as you can digest. So don't compare. That is the second. Third thing, be sincere and be consistent in whatever sadhana you have picked up. One fine day after these 3 days of transformative journey, you will suddenly wake up and say, you know what, tomorrow morning, 3:40 a.m. And we will start the day with prayer and meditation. I will have a bath. It won't last, I know. It will last a few days if you have no work to do, no office to go to, no studies, nobody to look after. Then it may last. Next day it won't last. Third day it will all drop off. How many people I have seen like that? They come to ashram, they get very excited, they get very energized, And then they say, you know what, I have drawn up a schedule and I'm going to stick to it. And I'm going to do this and do that and do this. I look at the schedule and say, this fellow is not going to do this for 2 days also. So I told you, be a little gentle on yourself. Slightly, make it a little easy to begin with. Slowly as you pick up, as you get the grip, you increase. No. You taught us. How can I waste the opportunity? You have given us so much of wisdom. Tomorrow onwards, I'll start. And now day after, nothing happens, I know. And next time I ask, where is that fellow who is not come for the retreat? He's so guilty that he's not able to look at my face, so he's absented himself. So I do not expect. Ati sarvatra varjayat, it says. Yukta ahara viharasya. Krishna says, let everything be in moderation. Moderation is the best way to begin this journey. Of course, as you keep going, your stamina increases, so you can do much more sadhana than what you're doing today. And a day will come when you don't have to do sadhana. Your life itself is a sadhana. Everything is naturally flowing through you. So have these basic points in your mind, right? And as I said, the quality of eyes is fearless, it's selfless, it has no hesitation, no shame. Check with yourself with every thought and word and action. Do these qualify for these 3 qualities? If not, then you have still some more work to do. Fine, don't be disappointed, don't be dejected. At least you have assessed where you are, how long you have to go. Fine, that is still good. Second thing, these 3 things, please follow. Don't have unrealistic expectations out of spirituality and sadhana. Go slowly, step by step. 2, do not compare with others. Your journey is your personal journey. God is looking after you as much as He is looking after the other person. Just because a mother has 5 children, she is going to look after everybody. And the last but not the least, be consistent. If you're not consistent, that won't happen. In fact, one day I'll tell you about consistency. So when I was doing a lot of work in the last 10 years, I used to wake up at 3 o'clock, then catch a flight at 5, and then go to some Bombay or Delhi or somewhere to meet some devotees. That time all these facilities were not there. I was on my own. And then I'll come back late in the night. At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I'll be exhausted from the day's travel and meetings. And then I will just crash. And some days I won't wake up next morning at the same time, or I will say today is my rest, I cannot. So like that I used to keep doing things. Once in a while, doing my own thing. So otherwise my habit was to after bath, light a lamp, sit there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, do some meditation. That is the time when I get all the guidance and whatever needs to be done. So this was a very peaceful process, but sometimes it would get disturbed because of the wrong whatever. So one day what happened, whenever it was real sincere reason, I was never scolded. Bhagavan will never tell a thing to me. He will allow me to come whatever time I can. But one day it so happened that I came late, and then what you call, I don't know, today there is a term for it. It's called some revenge something. At the end of the day, you want to now enjoy. You want to, go back and scroll and do something. You want to be a bad boy that time because you just did too much good for the day. So this is it's called revenge scrolling or something like that it's called. It's a new phenomenon for the Gen Z. And so I didn't know that I was suffering through that phenomena. So I came back and said, no, I am not going to, I have done whole day's work, 2 days, 3 days. Now I've switched on the TV and some reality show was coming. I was just watching, and these reality shows are very addictive. One thing starts, another starts, and they keep putting you in that loop. So I slept very late. And then after that I woke up very late as usual. So I saw Bhagavan and he told, what happened? Why you did not come on time? I said, I came so late and I was doing this. And all this is conversation within my mind. Okay, you should remember there's no physical Bhagavan. This is all you're talking to your higher self. But then it takes a form to make it easy for you, to Bhagavan's form to guide me. So Bhagavan said, this is not right. You shouldn't do like this. I was almost angry, saying that, you should be considerate, you should be a little more kind to me. I've been doing so much hard work, so much of doership. See, these are all initial stages of sadhana. When you think you are doing for God, you are contributing to God, you start feeling that small I, that keeps doing these things. So I said, I did so much this, that. Then he told me, what is this cheap entertainment you are running behind? You think this is energizing? This is enlightening? Come here, like that he said. And I saw he put his thumb on my forehead, just between the eyebrows, and started pinching very hard on the skin. I could feel the pinch. Physically, I was feeling the pain, though it is happening at the subtle. And he started turning the skin like this. With very hard it was. And I could feel so much of pain in between my eyebrows. I almost kind of, became very uncomfortable. Then he told, just tell, Nena Devaswarupudu, Nena Devaswarupudu, in Telugu is telling, say, I am divine, I am divine, I am divine. Tell, like that he told. In Telugu he was telling. So I kept on saying, I am divine, it's paining also. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, I am divine. And after some time, suddenly something happened. After a couple of seconds, suddenly something happened, I lost the body consciousness. I couldn't feel the pain, I could not feel the body, I could not feel anything. I just slipped into a state of very peaceful and blissful thing. That was one of the very early experiences. So much so that I think after that experience, I was not even sitting. I was started with sitting, but I was like fallen on the floor, and I had lost the sense of time, space, and elements, everything. That was the first time Bhagavan to discipline me in the sadhana and to ensure that I do not give up by these distractions. He actually took that step towards me and told, do this. So that experience was the beginning of a new dimension for me. Suddenly new things opened up. And I realized there is much beyond all these that we see here, taste, smell and touch. And a good guru can take you through this journey very easily. And one day like this only, I came late for something. I woke up late and then I had my tea and then I was still sitting, whiling away some time. Very well aware that this is time for puja. I must go have my bath and come back for puja. But I was still whiling away, 15 minutes more like that. Sometimes, you try to do that. I was doing that, then he appeared and told, what are you doing here? I said, I'm having tea, as you can see. He said, it's already time. I've been waiting. He told her and went away into his room. I had a room where we used to keep things for him. So he went off inside the room and then I got worried because he was not looking very happy. So I went, immediately showered and went and did whatever puja and then sat. And then he came on the chair, he was sitting. Then I asked him, where do you come from? I asked him. Because you just come like that in a trice. Where do you come from? He said, Nilo nunche vachanu, he said. I have come from within you. Then I was very surprised. Within me? Because then these concepts were not there. I did not learn these things. Within me, you not coming from Puttaparthi, or sometimes you will tell I am coming from somewhere. You are coming from within me. I was very stunned. Oh no. He said, yes, as a matter of fact, from within you I have come. I was not convinced about the answer then. But as I grew in my journey, I realized there is no second. There is only one bird. The other bird is an illusion. He puts on these forms and names to guide us. And as the journey progressed, I realized there is no Bhagavan and then me. It was an apparition, it was an illusion only to help me experience these greater ideas. Because had he come to me in any other form, let's say had he come to me as maybe Rama, I'm not so attached to Rama, I wouldn't be able to follow this. I used to tell Narasimhamurthy also. Even if he had come to him as Shirdi Baba, would he have built schools and colleges? I don't think so. Because that divinity came back as Satya Sai, so he got connected immediately. Because there is an affiliation, there is a liking for it, right? So when I asked him, where do you come from? He said, I am coming from within you. I said, how is that possible? So where do you live inside me? If you have to come out of me, you should live inside me. He said, I am you. Where is the question of living inside you? Where is the question of me being settled or housed inside you? I am you, therefore I have come from within you, he said. I didn't even understand what he was saying. But after several years of sadhana and seva and sadhana and seva, finally reached an understanding that yes, there was no two in the first place, it was only one. But two was the illusion because I was in my own world of bitter and sweet berries. And I was not aware of this greater idea. My consistently just following Guru's path, wake up, do this, do not do this, simple. Whatever he said, just followed blindly. Couple of years down the line, he said, you don't need anybody. You are me, I am you. And there is no two, no separation. As long as you are in touch with your divine self, it is me only. There is no two. And then he moved away. He said that there is no need for you to ask me for things. You just ask inside. The answer is going to be the same. And this happened. Initially, I was very worried. So I used to check. I'll get an answer from my intuition. Then I'll check, I don't know whether it's my intuition. Then I'll call Bhagavan, please come and tell me whether this is the answer. He scolded me. Don't do this. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Don't double check with me. This is wrong. Those days are okay when you were in that small eye stuck still. You needed somebody to tell you. So somebody who had the connection to the big eye was needed to guide you on smaller things. But today you are established in that bigger eye. Now don't come and double check with me. So he would come whenever I asked, because he promised me that whenever you remember me as such a sai, this form, I will always come. But then what he told me, he came and scolded me 2-3 times saying, this is wrong. If you keep doing this, you will never develop faith in your intuition. And that is not going to help you. Develop this trust in your intuition. Go ahead, follow that. So then I started from there onwards, slowly, steadily, making a few mistakes here and there. I did do that. But eventually you stabilized and you steady yourself on this path. So this is a journey. Why I'm saying is that it didn't happen to me overnight. It is hours and hours and hours of sadhana and years of seva. Then finally you reach a stage when your guru says, okay, now you're ready. But before that, you assume you are ready and try to imagine that is also not right. A time will come and your heart will know that the time has come. When you eat food, your stomach is full. Your stomach knows it's full now. It doesn't want to eat anymore. Likewise, when your sadhana matures, when it ripens, when it gets sweetened, you know it. It will come to you either in the form of a guru or through some other experience. You will come to know that it is reached that stage. But till then, the practice should go on. So don't give up halfway. Otherwise, all the good that you have done also will be wasted. That is very important. These are few practical things from my own experience. Even the Swamiji who came, Supriyananda Swamiji, morning, from Supriyanandaji, I told him, you please tell them about your experience. Don't give them wisdom of Gita, Upanishad, they all know all that things. It's not going to help them. You tell what you went through in your journey of spirituality, what were the pitfalls, challenges, obstacles, what all you had to overcome. That story you tell, that will help these kids, because they also will go through, every soul goes through the same process. So it is the process and you should go through it. Don't give up halfway and don't compare and worry, I'm not progressing, nothing is happening. Too unrealistic in your expectation is not right. But if that divine ever decides to pick you up as an instrument, always be available, be ready. To ready yourself, you have to do all this sadhana. And then whenever Bhagavan wants, or whichever God you worship or whichever divine form you connect to, whenever the time comes, they want to pick you up, you should be ready. At that time, you shouldn't be hesitating, unstable and unsure. No, the sadhana should have made you sure of yourself, sure of your goal in life. That will happen then. Whenever that divine call comes, it will come to everybody sooner or later. Nobody can escape that call. But the idea is that when the call comes, are you ready? If you're not ready, one opportunity wasted. Another lifetime, wait for another opportunity to come by. So this is why this readiness, steadiness, very important. So keep doing your sadhana on a consistent basis, and I'm sure for everyone a time has to come, and that time is the perfect time for everybody, because the divine decides. And be ready for that time. That's all. Be in waiting, in preparation for that time. All right? Okay. Good. You have any questions you have? This applies to older ones also. You are old only in bodies. Don't think that being old is not being wise. Being old only means your body is frail. Yes, some worldly wisdom definitely comes, but spiritual wisdom is a totally God-driven age, not human-driven age. How old one is depends on the age of the soul or age of your journey, which is different from each one of us. Right? That is what you have to recognize that. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from young ones also. There is no scope for ego in spirituality. I can't learn. I know better. Nothing like that. Everybody should be ready to learn from everybody in spirituality. Any questions you have, you ask. Otherwise, I will close. This Auntie Doshi is there, no? She started with giving her blood, what you call blood donation, because she was not having any money at that time. She had a very small family, but she wanted to do seva. So she started with blood donation. I don't know how many thousands of people would have benefited from her blood. And she said, that's all I have. I don't have money. I don't have big things to give away. But this blood that God creates in me, I am ready to offer it to others. All her life she has done that from a very young age. Last year we had released a souvenir, a brochure, a booklet on her life and journey. So she catches me for tying Rakhi. So that is why I have to give her that privilege. She has done so much for so many people. I have to stand in front of her for that many seconds because she deserves that. She has earned it from her sadhana of so many years, consistent sadhana. That is these are examples for you to follow. So you think about whatever I have said. If you don't have any questions, no problem, it's good. It means you have not understood anything. I'm fine with it. Go back and try to understand. And ask yourself, how many times you skipped your sadhana in the giving excuse to yourself, and how many times you had unrealistic expectations, how many times you got excited after a meeting like this and started something haphazardly and then stopped it afterward. How many times have you done this? You go and ask yourself. Then you will understand what I'm saying. Then come back. If you have questions after that, why do I behave like this? Why I am not consistent? All these things, then tomorrow I can, or day after, whichever day, we can answer those questions, because it should lead to some questioning. And that is important. Okay, good. That's for today. Very happy. To all the devotees also, you see. You are very fortunate. Not everybody gets guidance in life. Guidance from someone who has walked the path, who knows the pitfalls, who knows difficulties, the challenges. It's so precious. It's not bookish knowledge that is coming out of some textbook written by some rishi 10,000 years ago. That's equally valid. I'm not saying that's not, but that's somebody's experience in a different time, situation and environment. It may not be relevant in today's times. Today's distractions, today's challenges are different. Today's kids grow in a different world. They need the spirituality to be retold in the way they will understand. And that has to come from experience. So you're very lucky if we get guidance in life, because one good guidance can change the course of our life. And that is why you should never miss following the guidance if you get one. Whether Guru Mata is guiding you in your daily, whatever affairs of studies as well as in your life journey, guidance is coming. You are lucky. Not easy to get. And if you have got it, make good use of it. That's what I'm saying. Don't waste it. Okay, good. Arti.